Okay, so who wants to do the recap for the past 2 sessions? Since one of those sessions was like a little in-between deal.
I can't.
You can?
I cannot.
Oh, you cannot. Can anyone?
Colton got sassy, was forced to break into a house. Florence made quote-unquote friends with Mix Autumn, who also has a absolutely terrifying anima. Zach has a boss who may or may not be the weird white-suited guy that the mayor was talking to. That's just a theory. And his anima doesn't like him.
All right.
That's what I've got.
A+ notes. Yeah, that was Colton and Florence's little side adventures since Hillary could not join us that week. And for the primary adventure, the session prior, let's see. You guys had a little roundabout quest around town. And while it was starting to get late, during the evening, you guys broke into Zach's house and had a little kerfuffling going on there. By the time you guys managed to break in, Zach was gone, but you found a very out of place little compact antique mirror, and Florence suggested that you go talk to a local antique dealer / spooky tourist attraction owner, Shawna Hamarch, who operates Elizabeth's Eldritch Encounters. And yeah, that is all the important stuff that previously happened. So, after I believe I listed Elizabeth's as opening at 3 p.m. Can't be bothered to go look through those notes, but yeah. So, those of you who have jobs, get off and start rounding each other up. So are we going with the Gatsby car or the eyelash car?
Wait, what's the I don't know the Gatsby car.
There is also a very beaten up pickup truck in that mix.
So Florence canonically drives a Gatsby-style old car.
I may or may not be Googling that. Oh, okay.
So yeah, basically, who is the party's chauffeur for the episode?
Well,
do we need to roll for initiative?
I just think it would be really funny to see Florence get out of Mark's pickup truck. And not even getting out, the act of getting him in.
Oh, is it one of those big old pickup trucks that needs a stepladder to get into?
Yeah, it's a little bit rusty, but not rusty enough that it can't get registered.
Yeah.
Dirt, there's construction stuff in the back.
Yeah, it's a working
truck. I thought
truck.
that it was going to be one of those things where you've told a dog that they're going to the vet, and then they're just resisting you the entire way that they're being loaded into the car.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so yeah, we'll say the day prior, you guys all coordinated and got your times off for work sorted out so that Colton could swing by and grab you guys. For all intents and purposes, Tammy's day at work was relatively uninteresting. I should not have gotten water. Coffee at least let me keep thinking. I couldn't find words, but I could keep talking. So yeah, the personal trainers at the Nuclear Arms Gym are being their standard eager selves. You know, like, not a lot of people have been coming in this week, what with the whole explosion happening just a few days before. But yeah, as you're getting out, you spot Mark's pickup truck being driven by Colton. Like you said, it's a working truck. It's a little dinged up, a little mud, a lot of construction equipment in the back. Is there a very unhappy Florence in the truck already? Or
he's doing that thing where he's got like sunglasses over to hide the glare.
He also
And not the glare from the sun.
Picked him up last, so he had no choice.
Awesome. So yeah, it's mid-afternoon, and you guys start making your way through. Yeah, you'd be coming up through downtown into a Weird Town. And yeah, like the second you hit Weird Town, it is night and day from the rest of Portsmouth. Like it's kind of like you just walked into Halloween Town. Like this district lives up to its name. Plenty of tourist traps, plenty of weird, spooky nonsense. There's like a year-round nondescript Halloween costume store that is just always here. And yeah, a few minutes of driving through this gothy wonderland, you roll up upon Elizabeth's Eldritch Encounters. It is it's kind of an antique shop storefront. So, door in the center, two big glass pane windows, an apartment building, or an apartment on top of the store. Yeah, the store has all sorts of arcane knickknacks in the window. So, like, you see some skulls and bones and like weird little totems and like antique looking things. Some of the bones, it's kind of hard to tell whether or not they're fake. Probably hoping that skull right there with the like bejeweled teeth is fake, but it's kind of hard to tell.
Wait, I'm rolling an intelligence check because I need to see if Colton knows that if you lick a bone, it sticks to your tongue.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's how archaeologists can differentiate in situations, is the lick test. So they like gently lick it, and because bone is porous, it sucks all the moisture out of your tongue and it sticks to it.
That is a fossil fun fact.
I did not know that either.
That's a 2. I don't know what that means for him.
Okay, that is weird. All the numbers are white on my screen. I'm gonna reload.
Are you in dark mode?
I am in dark mode. There we go. That was weird. Okay, so he does not know how to test for real bone or fake.
Cool. Probably save awkward encounter with the proprietor.
Wait, I'm sorry, but how do you get out of our dark mode?
It's a little moon on the left side of the screen.
Oh, I was in settings. Thank you.
Okay, so who will be the first one into Tripoli?
Florence.
Florence, okay. So
He just comes out with confidence and just heads right for the door.
confidence or a need to get away from this vehicle?
A little of both, but mostly confidence because he is familiar with the good old Triple E.
Okay. So, yeah, Florence just makes a beeline for the door, swings it open as though he lives here. And instead of like the normal little ding ding that a store like this would have, it is like a deep like cathedral bell, just like boom. And like as he's opening it, Tammi and Colton, you guys are coming up after him, and you just see like just fog just pours out from inside the store, and like yeah, as you go in, yeah, you smell the telltale scent of a fog machine. For those of you who may have interacted with it, well, yeah, Tammi probably would have. What with being an event coordinator.
Tammi has absolutely been around fog machine.
Yeah, so Tammi and maybe Florence can just pin that smell immediately as a floor machine. Jeez, a fog machine. Yeah, so as you're looking around, you see that the shelves on the inside and all the display cases are just crowded with the cult knickknacks, which just vary in shape, sizes, and age. Like, yeah, like there are some necklaces that are made out of like fangs. You see some things that look like dream catchers, masks from all over the world, just all sorts of fun, cool stuff. As you look around, you spot the fog machine over by the counter. Yeah, it's just churning away. On top of the counter, there are two little displays. There's a well, displays, quote unquote. There is a bowl of candy corn in a very plastic like cauldron, and you know, it has a free take a handful written on a little note in front of it. And next to that on the counter, there's a small little display refrigerator full of like sodas and energy drinks, and it just has a little sign on it that says potions and elixirs. So while you guys are enjoying all the fun knickknacks and accoutrement of the store, you hear someone approaching from the back, and with a flourish, the curtain separating the main room of the store from the back room flies open, and out comes a lady. She has real dark skin, frizzy hair, wearing just full on like goth gear. She's got the big boots, the torn black pants, like spiked bracelets and collar, little spider earrings, various piercings. Yeah, she slides into the room. Everyone who is not Florence can make a quick intelligence check. Now we're gonna say this is like a DC 4.
Oh, Lord. There we go.
Ew.
So yeah, Tammi and Colton, you guys just see her glide into the room. Florence, you know for certain that she has Heelys.
Oh yeah.
I want Heelys.
And yeah, it is purely for the ethereal movement thing. So yeah, she comes gliding into the room and motions at you all and says, "Hello, wandering souls. It's so nice to meet more individuals who wish to explore the Eldritch." And oh, hey Florence, what's going on?
Shawna, hey, you are looking wonderful today.
Thank you. So are you.
Oh, you flatter me.
Well, it's the least I could do. What with you getting me the whole thing going on here? How can I help you?
Yes, okay, so this is Colton and Tammi.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
She comes gliding around the counter, and she holds her hands out to Colton and Tammi and says, "Would you two mind giving me your hands for a moment, I'd like to do a bit of a psychic reading on you.
Colton goes in for a shake with it's nice to meet you, ma'am. Like, he's actively thinking she's trying to shake his hand.
And does Tammi go in for the psychic reading?
Very hesitantly.
Radical. So the second that Tammy's is going for it, she just snatches your hand.
Okay.
Let's see. And this time, everyone can either give me a dex or an intelligence check.
Hey!
Oh, dang! Does Florence want to give us one?
What? Oh, I thought you meant to everybody who didn't know her.
Oh, no, this one's also for you. Okay.
All right.
So the DC was 8. Tammi and Colton both rolled dex and got a 11 and 10 respectively. Florence is distracted by something. Or he's like, yeah, this is just one of Shawna's things. So, Shawna grabs your hands, and she throws her head back, and her eyes roll back, and you kind of get this feeling of electricity in the air, and she says, "Oh, okay, you're an out-of-towner. Oh, you work with cows. That's interesting. All right, visiting here, seeing your cousin, helping him find someone. And you... Oh, okay, you work down at the gym. I need to go there more often. Okay, you help out with the... Brain stopped working. You help out with the pageants that happen every now... Oh, you're Miss Lobster. Well, you're the previous Miss Lobster. Okay. I thought I recognized your face somewhere before. And as she's talking, Tammi and Colton, you both feel what kind of feels like a snake just kind of coiling around your feet.
Look down?
I look down. Can I see anything?
The smoke is pretty thick, but you do see that there is something on the floor.
Is she still holding my hands, or is she all done?
She is still holding your hands for the moment that you guys have noticed the snake. And let's see, that was an int roll of 2. Was that to figure out what's down there?
Yeah.
It's a snake.
Is it a real snake, or does it look like a Topaz Cowboy style snake?
With that too, it looks like a snake. All you can see is the silhouette of something long that is coiled around both you and Tammy's ankles.
Ma'am, you might have a snake problem.
Her eyes immediately come back out from behind her lids, and she just kind of glances over you, and she's like, "What do you mean?" And she lets go of your hands, and immediately the snake is gone.
So you got one of them things as well, then, huh?
She waves her hand I don't have a snake. I couldn't get away with it.
Florence is eating candy corn and is like, huh?
Florence, yours is a little bit smaller. Why don't you show Miss Shawna?
Shawna Hallmarch, yes.
Your rat.
So yeah, Florence turns away from the bowl of candy corn, and as he does, Moonlight Prestige appears on his shoulder.
Shawna is just looking at you agape, and she's like, "Wait, you have one of those?"
Oh yes.
She turns back to Tammi and Colton. Do you two have one of those?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I have a snake too.
Mine's not a snake, though.
She is just grinning at all of you. She's like, "Oh my god! Oh, I can't believe there's more! Oh, what's its name? What do you call it?" And she did not direct this at anyone. She looked at all of you as she was saying that.
This is Moonlight Prestige.
Oh yeah, that suits him.
I call mine Protein Fluff.
Oh, I love that.
Mine is a topaz cowboy, I think.
Oh, that makes sense with the whole ranch thing you got going on.
Is it a ranch thing if my family are ranchers? It's not like it's a hobby.
And who is yours?
She leans back as though she is about to sit, but clearly there's no chair under her. And as she is going down, you see the smoke on the ground kind of lift up and shape itself until it looks like a cross between a jet and a snake. It has little wings about halfway through it that have turbines. On its head is or like 3 eyes that kind of look like radar screens. And yeah,
This woman has a Digimon.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a Digimon. But yeah, she sits down on this and she's like, yeah, this mine's a radar dragon.
I love it.
Thank you. Okay, so you guys now have the image of her.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And yeah, she's kind of swinging on Radar Dragon now. And she's like, so I honestly have no idea what bring a bunch of anime users to me. What's going on? In fact, I didn't know there were any more in town. I honestly thought I was the only one.
Okay, actually, could you back up for a second? And yes,
Yeah.
I'm going to get to the tea in a minute. Just wait. What?
What?
Anime users.
Yeah.
That is a lot more elegant than what I've been saying.
Oh, what have you been calling yourself?
I've kind of been saying, like, this is my little tiny ghost friend or whatever.
You're not wrong. Like, as far as I've been able to figure out, anima. She kind of crosses her arms and starts to lean back, and Radar Dragon's tail curls up to make like the back of its little pseudo chair. He's like, okay, so as far as I can tell, anima aren't really they're kind of like the ghost of your ghost, if that makes sense. Or I guess more like a shadow of your ghost.
That actually confuses me more, but I like what you're doing.
She gives you old finger guns, and she's like, yeah, it is. Not an easy concept to describe. She hops off of a Radar Dragon and Healy's back behind her counter and rummages around a bit until she pulls out a really old looking notebook, like leather bound, little string or twine in there to like bind it. Pages look like they're about ready to snap in half. And she flips it open, and goes a bit, and she's like, okay. So, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, as far as I can tell, and as far as this thing says, they are literally a manifestation of your psyche. Like, well, they're called anima because the person who discovered it is like, oh, this is a life force, so I better name it after life. So anima.
Colton puts his hand up.
Yes.
What's a psyche?
It is your spirit, I suppose.
Well, it's a psyche is also kind of like a mental like a profile of your mental. Anyway,
Like
Yeah.
a psychology?
It's what psychology deals with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm on the same page now.
She finger guns at you. So
Awkward finger guns back, very confused about what he's doing.
yeah, she
So
seems
they're
very
not
amused by that.
They don't have their own form or like ghosts?
Well, I mean, according to this journal I came across, some anima do persist after their user's death, but a lot of them are like linked to the user on like a I guess life force level, I suppose. Cuz
So-
like yes.
so is that what's been attacking us? Anima who have lost their users?
She just kind of like looks at you for a second and she's like, "What?"
No, like the little methed out gnome dudes.
Oh, wait, did you see those here? Like here,
And-
here?
No, more like in town.
No, I mean like
Yes.
in town, in town.
Yeah.
So everything
Well,
looks
kind
normal?
of. They weren't like. I mean, we could kind of see them here, but no, we were.
Okay, wait. What
It's
did
like
the sky look like when you saw them?
the gnomes.
No, the sky. What did the sky look like? Like, was it weird? Were
Yeah.
there floating things about? Or
Oh,
was
yeah,
it?
Truck
no.
was so messed up.
We saw it in like that weird other place, but they were affecting stuff
Okay.
in town.
Okay, that is still a problem, but not as big as a problem as it could be. She takes the book and
Unless some guy named Zach something or other. I don't remember his surname right now. He's disturbed, I guess, is a nice way of putting it.
Huh.
And he seems very intent on hunting us down.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So I don't know if it's just the three of us because we pissed him off, or people who have these anima in general.
Huh. That is definitely a good question. As for the first question, you said methed out gnomes?
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing in the book. She opens the journal to a empty page and holds it out to you guys and says, "Could one of you touch this, please?"
Alright. Touches it.
Okay. So you have so as you touch that, you see what looks like some kind of dust kind of flows off of you and onto the journal. And as it does,
I don't like that.
yeah, as it does, it looks like the dust is writing in along the journal page. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to find a handout. Oh my god. 1 second.
You're trying to fill in our Pokedex.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, the handout did not save, it looks like. So that is unfortunate, but I still have a thing I can give you guys. And so yeah, the dust is filling out this sheet, and on the opposite side of the book, on the next empty page, you see what looks like a sketch of one of the gnomes being drawn in. Yeah, regardless of whether or not you can read it, for those of you that recognize the look of Latin, the words are definitely Latin at first, but then they start translating themselves. And at the top of the page, it says want, WANT. And then the page slowly starts filling out, and I'm going to go ahead and share with you this thing. So you each have access to this Pokedex entry that will be filled out later. But yeah, so a want, according to this this page, is a small, weak, emotional manifestation. It is just a creature that is driven purely by. Oh, I found it. Okay, so here's what I actually wrote. So on the page, the words translate to: wants are vicious little monsters who have an inescapable urge to take and covet what others have. Due to their cowardice, they always travel in packs and often will work for larger and stronger animus, especially if they are promised rewards or threatened. And this is actually what I needed to show to you guys. And yeah, so that appears on the... I'm sorry, what was that?
I was just saying that really is a methed out gnome.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, you guys see this appear in the book, and Shawna takes it back and flips it around and reads through it and says, oh, okay, so you guys encountered once. That's... They attacked you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was there something else giving them orders besides this?
Well, there was a weird gorilla wolf thing. But yeah, Zach was there. The guy that I was he's a very disturbed young man. And he's got like a robot horse.
She kind of motions for you to stop, and then holds her hand out again, and it's just like you know what, just let me see him real quick.
And I'll very slowly give her my hand.
So yeah, she grips it. You see Radar Dragon appear behind her again, and her eyes go to the back of her head, and she's like, oh, yeah, that guy has some problems. Okay, I don't recognize the horse.
I did try to tell him that he had problems, but he didn't want to listen to me. He was more interested in putting a gun in my face.
Yeah.
On an unrelated note, I now have a gun. Are they legal here?
I mean, do you have a license?
Well, yeah, technically, but I don't know if it counts for pistols, shotguns, rifles, and stuff.
She is going to hold up her hands and say, I am not a law enforcement individual, so I am not going to give you any advice on this. Probably don't tell anyone else you have a gun that's not yours.
I don't think it was his in the first place either. It doesn't have bullets. It's just sort of here. I can get rid of it.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. But yeah, what that thing, that was definitely an anima. It she kind of like motions at Radar Dragon, and if Moonlight Prestige is still out, she'll motion it in and say, yeah, animus are usually more focused and unique compared to an animus. So, like, our anima are a direct reflection of ourselves and our psyche, whereas an animus is more of a reflection of the world at large. So the things you fought, the gnomes, those were all animus. They're... Is anyone here familiar with Shinto? Got it. No one is.
Can I roll to see if I'm familiar?
Intelligence.
Yeah, roll intelligence for everyone who wants to know about
5.
5.
I was gonna say, is it like what happens when like you personify this town? You get these.
Tammi says it out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shawna will snap and point at Tammi and say, "Yep, that is exactly right." And
Colton got a 4 for once. That's the highest he can get in an intelligence check.
you know what? Him rolling that, he does know that Shinto is a thing. Like he
Shinto is a religion.
Japanese, right?
Yeah, he knows it's a religion.
From Japan.
Yeah.
And I've got an 8.
I watch them animes.
I love that Naruto.
He's Ninja Clan.
But yeah, Florence does know the basics of Shinto, what with everything having a spirit and what have you.
I want to interject that Colton has only seen Cowboy Bebop, and that was on accident.
Yeah, that's canon. But he loved it. And he watched it because it said cowboy.
It's canon. So yeah, two of you one of you kind of knows what Shinto is. The other one knows the gist of it, and Tammi got it on the money with it being kind of the personification of the town.
But I have absolutely no idea what that is otherwise.
Nope. But yeah, and so yeah, Shawna continues. Yeah, so it's a person. Yeah, like you said, it's a personification of the town. So yeah, the people that are greedy are, well, there's not all that many, honestly. Like, it's really weird, especially coming from other big towns. But yeah, so that's why these wants are incredibly weak. Yeah, the gorilla wolf you said you saw?
I mean, that's probably the best way I can describe it.
Let me see. She flips through the thing some more and says, "Oh, that is a fear." And she shares the Pokedex entry with you. And the words on the page.
Are we, like, legally allowed to say Pokedex?
Probably not. But, okay, there is actually a name for this journal, which I will give you guys here in a second. But yeah,
The Digidex.
The entry for this anima says, fears are brutish animus that subsist on the fear of humans. They typically nest in places of great anxiety and fear, such as hospitals and schools. When able, they will harass humans so that they can feed more. And yeah, she looks through that and says, yeah, those things are typically big enough to boss around some wants, but I don't know why it would be. Well, no, it would be downtown. What with that explosion happening?
Well, look,
Yes.
I'm not the smartest or sharpest tool in the shed, but if that guy that's been harassing us was there, couldn't he be controlling them? Like, it really did seem when he, I guess, kind of technically kidnapped me, that he and his horsey, they weren't really getting along. Like, they didn't agree with each other.
Yeah, I saw that in my reading.
Like, the horse, whatever he is, was actually refusing to follow commands, and Topaz Cowboy's never done that for me.
Perhaps that indicates some sort of disharmony within himself.
Yeah, there are some anime I've read about that have a stronger presence than their own user, and could be one of those situations where it's trying to, I don't know, call the shots.
I mean, I suppose I can't really communicate with him.
Yeah, it's She looks over at Radar Dragon. She's like, yeah, it's real weird to know whether or not these things have like a sense of self on their own sometimes. So yeah, she closes the book and kind of like glances around at you all and says, so were you guys like looking for help dealing with this Zach guy, or?
Yes, actually, we have something of his that I was hoping that you would give us some information on, and the fact that you have an anima makes it a lot easier to explain, honestly.
Okay.
So Florence is gonna like produce the broken compact and show it to her.
Huh. So yeah, she's going to look at the antique compact for a second, open it up, kind of stare at it, close it, and says, okay, I'll see what I can tell you about this thing. Looks pretty mundane. So yeah, she eyes roll back, Radar Dragon starts circling around, and she's like, okay, wait, oh, I know what this is. Eyes come back, she looks around, she kind of power walks over to a nearby shelf and rummages around and pulls out a almost identical compact. This one's made out of more like tarnished silver than the kind of bronzy look of the ones you guys found. And she's like, yeah, this is a okay, I don't know what they're actually called. I've just been calling them ancient mirrors because, they're old. But yeah, these things act as a one-way trip straight to Mirage. So yeah, if he had this, he could he could slip to Mirage whenever he wanted.
But why did our animas not like it?
Maybe
And
it
also,
was.
how do you get out of there once you're in there?
Oh, you find a door?
Any door?
Well, it has to be a special door. Or if he's just drowning in these things, he could be using these to pass back and forth.
I thought it was a one-way trip.
Oh, yeah, it's one way per mirror. She opens up both mirrors to show you guys, or she opens up both compacts to show you the mirrors inside. And the one that she pulled off the shelf, the silver one, it looks like a perfect mirror. Actually, it kind of looks a bit warped. Like it's still reflecting, but it looks more like the surface of a pond than a like glass mirror. And the other one looks like it has been burnt out. Like someone just scorched the glass on the mirror you got from Zach's house.
It was broken when we found it, wasn't it?
That is correct. Thank you for reminding me. So, yeah. Okay, we'll combine the two. It was broken, but like the shards that are still have like scorch marks around the edges.
Gotcha.
And she says, as for why your anima didn't like it, maybe it didn't want to go where he was going? Or maybe it didn't like the idea of blindly following that horse anima he has.
Well, none of our animas liked it.
That is a mystery. She kind of motions back at the book. Like I said, they represent our psyche, so maybe it's some kind of deep-rooted survival instinct you guys are having. Like you're out there camping, and then you look out at the edge of the woods, and you're like, I probably shouldn't go there.
I mean, the meat buildings were kind of weird, but it wasn't. It was kind of beautiful.
Yeah, to go back to what you said earlier, you had mentioned Mirage. I'm assuming that that's the other world that you were talking about.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, so yeah, Mirage is the other world where you guys saw these little gremlins. they that's kind of where they live. So yeah, as long as they're there, they don't cause too much of a problem. Yeah, it's when they can cross over where issues start occurring. But yeah, as far as I've been able to find out, Mirage has existed as long as the world has.
Do you think that any of these Animus could use one of these mirrors to slip into our world?
She taps her chin a couple times and is like, You know what? I don't actually know. Okay. I might have someone I can ask about that. And about some other stuff. Like about the Zach fellow or his supposed control over these Animus. So yeah, if you guys want to come back in a few hours, like, yeah, I might be able to dig up some information for you.
Okay, well, first of all, you know the mayor's assistant?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're not too friendly.
Yeah, Mick Summers.
Oh, that's her name.
Yeah, they have an anima, and it is horrifying.
Yeah, that checks out. What's it do? Eat babies?
It, from what I could tell, it could change the physical property of something.
Oh. Oh, lovely.
But we just had we had dinner or lunch together, and it was absolutely delightful.
Well, I'm glad you had a fun time, and I'm glad she has a godlike anima while I have a glorified metal detector. I'm sorry, but you know it's true.
They
And
hate their anima.
you see that Shawna immediately just gets an incredibly wide and is like, oh, that's fun.
Just thought you'd like to know.
Yeah, that I like that they don't like theirs. Still upset about its power set though. That's frustrating.
Oh, yes, absolutely. But it's funny.
Yes.
Well, I guess we'll have to come back in a couple of hours. Who is this person that you are going to be contacting?
His name's Grift. Well, I'll have to just introduce you to him.
I'm sorry, Grift?
Yes. Grift.
So,
Now, is this man a grifter?
In some ways, he likes to make deals that are more beneficial to him.
Is he going to
So-
help without expecting something in return?
Oh no, he'll expect something in return, but he also owes me, so might be able to work something out.
fair enough.
Okay.
I suppose we'll try and stay safe until then.
All right, see you in a few hours. So mechanically speaking, you guys just unlocked the magic item shop. So, items and relics that are common and uncommon, you can purchase from her directly. Anything of a higher rarity than uncommon, she might be able to find for you. And by the next time we play, I will have a random item list set up so that if you guys just want to go through and browse her wares and see what she has, you can roll on a table to find a special unique item.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. So, do you guys have any plans for the rest of the day, or do you want to skip on ahead to the evening?
I'm
good skipping.
I'm good skipping.
Yeah, I don't mind skipping. I think like the only thing that Colton would really have wanted to do is try and get a bit more info about the town and looking for Obi.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah, we can go ahead and have you roll a some checks. So this'll. Okay, so how would he go about doing that? Would he be like trying to figure out things with clues, or would he be walking around like talking to people and trying to get information that way? Would he be using a Cowboy Bebop for any kind of? Would he be using Topaz Cowboy for any kind of reconnaissance?
I think he'd probably use Topaz Cowboy because, listen, he's not bright, but he has kind of figured out that Obi's probably not on this plane. Like, he's most likely stuck in Mirage.
Okay. So you kind of want to use Topaz Cowboy as like a dowsing rod?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. We will go ahead and have that be power on Topaz Cowboy's side and int on your side. And I'll say the DC will be a 8 to get 8 to get great information, 6 to get some information.
Well, that was a 9.
Okay.
Ow.
So yeah, as you're just kind of like driving around town, having a Topaz trying to like detect Obi, you start okay, so you kind of start getting some pings as you're driving to the northern side of downtown, or yeah, downtown. It seems to get real strong around this nearly shut down like mall.
Okay.
But then
the
like
other two with me, or have I gone myself? Because
oh yeah, do you guys help Colton with this, or do you have stuff to do on your own?
I'll help Colton if he makes it clear that that's what he's doing.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, he would have. Yeah.
Yeah, I assume that I would have just planned to do this for the day.
Okay. So yeah, Colton gets some good pings from the local mall. Tammi and Florence, you both know that this is the Rabbit Meadow Mall. It has like a handful of stores open. Like just it took a real hit as online shopping got more and more prevalent in society. But yeah, so there's like a pizza place in the food court. There's a couple of clothing stores. There's a not very well stocked electronics store. Like, yeah, it's just kind of a shell of its former self.
And a Spencer's Gifts.
Oh yes, of course, that's a given.
Is the pizza place good?
I'm gonna leave that for the townies to decide.
No.
Nah, you basically go there because you're physically in the mall, but it's not like you don't go there for the pizza.
You go there for the experience.
Colton's gonna get some pizza, and I don't know, he's not gonna ask if it's good, he's just gonna get some pizza.
From Bobaro's.
Bobaro's?
Because you can't say Sabaros.
Okay, so you guys go to Bobaro's. Yeah,
It's like someone really misspelt or really screwed up the sign for sombreros, and it was originally a Mexican place.
Definitely. Like, they just replaced key letters.
Yeah.
And they try, like, it is obvious, like, as you're looking around, that they tried to, like, keep the Mexican, like, aesthetic and theme going. But also, it's just, it doesn't work with pizza all that well.
There's a sombrero, but they've turned the brim into a pizza, and it just looks wrong.
100%. So yeah, like as you go up and look, like they only have pepperoni and cheese, and these are like barely a step above like gas station pizzas. These are on the higher end of mediocre.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, Florence just keeps walking past it, just doesn't even look at it.
Florence, you don't want some lunch?
I already had lunch.
When? We've been together since this morning.
Don't worry about it.
Are you sure they've got like healthy stuff? Healthy for him is it's a vegetarian one.
The kid behind the counter cuts in and is like, "It's not all that healthy."
It's got vegetables on it.
Technically.
I'll just get a water.
As Florence says that, the kid behind the counter just shakes his head.
What is your water unhealthy too?
The guy turns around and is like, "I wouldn't drink it."
It's in a bottle.
I wouldn't drink it.
Are you being held hostage here, son?
Only by capitalism.
You know what? Fair enough. I'm gonna buy food for myself, and I'm gonna tip him $5.
Yeah, he pockets that thing away like a squirrel with a nut. Like, that thing just vanishes the second it gets in his little mitts.
Florence nods gravely at him.
Yeah, while you guys are looking around, you hear from the back just like like someone walking up to the front, and with a flourish, the this little cloth door. God, my words are not working right.
Curtain.
Yes, a curtain. Thank you very much.
It's okay. We'll edit this out.
Yes. So I'm just going to start from the front. Selfie, please, if you don't mind.